Good evening, everybody. In Black History, the moment of the day, we're going to talk about a creation and the creator of a commonly known household item. Okay? But I'll tell you a little backstory to where else it's a item. Okay? So today we're going to talk about Thomas W. Stewart. The invention consisted of a clamping device that could wring water out of the mop by using a lever, whichever one, tomato. Okay? It's that thing that wring the mop out, right? And we said it would be a black person that came up with a lever. Because I was watching the movie the other day and they forced an inmate, which was Jai White in this movie, to shovel shit. And it was a pit of shit. And Jai was not trying to go in that pit and shovel no shit. Okay? So it would be a black person. Can you just imagine what you say back? How it came about was he looked at that mop and he was like, I ain't finna touch that shit. The nasty ass. You just imagine the things that were on the mop when he created the mop. They was mopping up the blood of our ancestors. Okay? Not only was they mopping up the blood of our ancestors, they was mopping up shit in other folks' houses. So our brother Thomas Stewart said, looked at that mop head wherever he was mopping and said, I won't touch another strand of that mop and wring that shit with my hands. Is you crazy? And my boy came up with the lever to, and then look how they try to come at us. A lot of y'all got in y'all household right now, don't lie, the mops that ring or pull up and ring. They just made it modern, okay? Because the picture of the one that he came up with is the old school. It's the original. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see if y'all can see it. He came up with that right there. Let's see. There. The original. That spring will pull that mop in, and you ain't have to touch it on that nasty water. So we may come up with a nice reenactment to give a visual of this as well. But let me just read you a little bit more about the brother Thomas W. Stewart, the inventor. Okay, it consisted of a clamping device that could wring water out of the mop by using a lever, so that the user did not need to touch the mop head. See what I told you? I ain't even get to that part, but I knew that's what thought he had to have had to come up with some stuff. And I'm telling you, black men and women, children, that we are creators. So if you are a creator of the things that are used around the home, why is it so much of a downplay of that gift in all of us, all across the board? But yeah, let me go on further. So he said he looked at that mop head from wherever he had the mop up and said, nah, I ain't touching that shit no more. And came up with a whole invention. We're going to put this wire around that, whip this shit up, imagine how it was a group of them. You know, he was talking and telling them, and they probably was telling him the same thing a lot of people tell to clip people's dreams and they wings right now today. Man, what the fuck you doing? That ain't shit. You over there playing with that aluminum shit again? You trying to think you gonna make some shit And they study ringing the mop out. They don't give no fuck. They, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. Ringing that shit out with their bare hands. And my man, Thomas Stewart said, that's some nasty ass shit. Okay? And I'm not finna do it. So shout out to Thomas W. Stewart for his invention that everybody and every company that y'all could think of have taken that and make money. Wonder if his family and descendants are living off of the funds of a patent. Like, is anyone in the Stewart family that want to come to Raw Magazine TV and talk about the legacy? Because, like I said, this is for real. Shout out to Thomas Stewart for being innovative and futuristic, because we still using this how many years later? Okay, not need to touch the mop head to wring out the water. The mop head also the mop head could also be replaced by unclamping the old one and inserting a new one. Same thing you gotta do. Take off the thing and replace it with some new. And they sell you a box of that in a 6, 16, 12, whatever. They got it for you for a price. Okay? Throughout much of history, floors were made out of packed dirt or plaster. See what I told you? You don't know what they was mopping up back then. But trust and believe they mopped up some blood of some of our ancestors. Just like trees have a different meaning for us than it do for them. If you get my drift. Alright? These were kept clean with simple brooms made from straw, twigs, corn husks, or horsehair. But some kind of wet cleaning method was needed to care for the slate, stone, or marble. Y'all hear that? Floors that were a feature of homes of the aristocracy. Aristocrats. But they say it's aristocracy.